How you guys doing? It's me, Mr. Smooth from the Tailor Made Officials. I want to welcome you guys to our new show called Welcome to the Neighborhood. Will always got his phone going off, always acting bad in the classroom. I'm pretty sure the teacher had to sit in the classroom and tell him, Will, how many times I gotta tell you about your cell phone?
It's real life us, man. It's real life us.
But anyway, we at the Bushrod Recreational Center where great things are happening. We're in the newly renovated recreation room. They got the computer lab, they got the big screen TV, they got everything going. So this was the perfect spot to do this brand new show to start building in the community. And with that said, I'm with, of course, my man Will Smith right here, but also got a couple of special guests. So with that said, if you guys can introduce yourself for the people.
My name is Wayne Clark, part of Oakland Impact Center / Oakland Leadership Center.
My name is Joseph Truehill, known as Church. With the same. Keep it up.
Will Smith, CEO of Tailor Made Officials Inc., based out of Oakland, California. As Kenny said, we're just here, man, thankful for this space to be able to do this talk show in the neighborhood. These are our very first guests, Wayne, in church here. We're going to talk about programs that they have, that they're starting with, a company they're starting, and the events that they're going to have in the great city of Oakland, how it's going to impact the city, the youth, and just the whole community. Hopefully, what these young gentlemen are doing, young black gentlemen are doing, it's going to impact the world, not just the city. Impact the world.
There you go again. Somebody always ringing. What is that? Was that the Apple Watch this time? That man always in the question.
Never stop, man. Work never stop.
Worldwide.
So with that, so you guys are with a great organization. Before we get into the details, I want to play a video about your organization because you guys do work with the youth, and the youth in our community is very important because we all know you're the future. But I got my man Church right here. You can see he's a father. He's got his beautiful daughter right there. So there are great men in the neighborhood doing great things. So with that said, I'm going to play the video.
Raise your hand if you came here nervous.
First of all, I wouldn't say I was expecting it. I just didn't know what to expect.
All right, it's not quite playing because it's buffering right now, but if you could please just tell us about your organizations that you're part of, what you do, what your plans, stuff like that.
Definitely. So Oakland Impact Center is what I call a handoff from Oakland Leadership Center. We've been graceful by the Milheim family, Nate and Andrea, started Oakland Leadership Center in East Oakland, all about creating leaders, young men. This Oakland Leadership Center really concentrated on young black men. They'll be transitioning out this year, and Oakland Impact Center is the one that I founded, and we'll be transitioning in for the time. So, the expansion I want to see with Oakland Impact Center is more wraparound for the whole family. I've done a lot of work with the city. I've done a lot of work traveling, working with different communities that are under-resourced, underprivileged. And one thing I see is that I feel like we work in a lot of silos. You got good people working with the young man, good people working with the young women, good people working with the mother, good people working with the father. And from experience, that's cool. But at the end of the day, if you're not impacting that whole household, you really can't affect one person like you really want to. So with Oakland Impact Center, we really at a point where we still visioning all what we want to do with it. But I know one of my main goals is to do more wraparound service and have a lot of different programs in there that work with everybody. One of my first visions is I have a project that I'm doing called the Restore Project. Because I've also been able to work with a lot of tech companies, I'm imagining okay, I worked with a lot of shooters and the brothers coming from prison and young cats from juvie. And then I work with a lot of tech companies that's doing a lot of stuff with the black kids and the black girls. And I'm thinking, my vision was like, how can I connect that? Because they're here and they're here. Like the tech is here, and like how can I? And so Restore is simply thinking about a lot of my brothers and sisters that come home from prison. How can we make them the best returning citizens possible? Because it's hard coming home from prison. Like especially in a time now where tech is crazy, everything has changed. You already feel like you out of place when you come home, and then what you realize happening is the numbers even show is when a person come home from prison and doesn't have a family or a child to really intentionally tap into, the chance of recidivation is high. But if they got a kid or a person or a family to really tap into, the chance of going back is much lower. So with the Restore project, I'm thinking I'm trying to pull together a lot of the tech programs I know, a lot of the programs I know that work with our brothers and sisters that's coming from prison. And what I'm going to do is create this tech program that brings the father or the mother together with the child and bring them together, and they create tech programs. They create websites. They learn how to create apps. All of this is together, though. And so we're killing like a lot of birds with one stone, because this kid gets to, we all know too how deeply a kid that's not connected with each parent is affected. And when you think about it, the person that's coming home from prison that might struggle, he's going to come back into or she's going to come back into our community, and if she's or he's not restored the right way, they'll probably have an ill effect on our community. Not because they're bad, but just because it's survival out here. The kid is the same way. A lot of the kids that are getting in trouble, that are in juvie or in trouble in school or whatever, one parent, no parents. A lot of them incarcerated. So my mind is saying, how can I impact that? So that's like one of my first things that I've been talking to the tech companies, a lot of people on board. I've been talking to a lot of the programs. And so I'm just really thinking about how we can impact the whole family. I've worked with a lot of different organizations where we're doing, I mentor a lot of young men. And what I see is I can sit down with that young man for 2 hours and he can leave the space like, Mr. Clark, I'm going to change my life, man. You one of the dopest mentors I've ever had. He go home, mom smoking, dad beating on mom. Man, everything we just input to him is gone now. Because he's back in a place of survival. You know what I'm saying? That world is real, And so my mind says, no, we have to do more than just give him 2 hours of this powwow, send him or her back home, and say, now come back next week and tell me your good report. Same thing with the mothers. Same thing with you got all these good women programs, and you tell them all this and you give them this, but then they still got to go back home to whatever is there, no food, PG&E being cut off. Same thing with the men. And so I'm like, no, we have to do more wraparound service where we're making programs that create, space for the family holistically. Because I really don't see that. I do a lot of work in the city, and I really don't see anybody impacted. The way I want to do that, as you already heard, is through tech and art. So tech is so wide range. Art is so wide range. Art, we have a music studio, so offering music programs. Teaching people how to make music, create music. I've already talked about the tech program. So that's my real big vision. And then, of course,
So you guys already have a studio already for kids to come?
We already do. We have a full-fledged music studio.
Where's the studio located?
It's on 5314 Fairfax. Yeah, so we already have it. We're redoing it. We just redid some stuff. We just got like 6 laptops. Six computers in there, and we really just looking for partnerships. So that's one of the biggest things. Like, we looking for partnerships, because what we also learned is, like, a lot of us trying to do individual work, it ain't gonna work. Like, you can only sustain yourself for so long, and Oakland is changing big. So if we don't partner up with people, like, this ain't gonna work. So we looking for partnerships where, real partnerships. Some people say they want partners and they actually want followers. That's not what we want. we want partnerships where there's a back and forth. I help you, you help me. I don't want nobody to come in and just follow me and do what I say. No, come in, give me some of your ideas. I'll give you some of my ideas. Let's share a vision. Let's build together, right? And that's literally what we're doing here. So that's kind of some of the stuff that I'm thinking about. But that piece about the holistic helping of the family is huge for me.
You see why I didn't want to go first? I have nothing to follow that. That's it.
So you said something that was real interesting. You said about tech stuff, and I know working with Will, doing this, broadcasting games, I had to get educated on how to actually use a computer, other than using it for social media, watching Netflix, use it to help not only myself out, but the community, the people around me.
Definitely.
So one of the things that we're trying to do as Tailor Made, we really want to control our own media. 'Cause I think we
Yes.
could change the narrative in our neighborhoods, because people say black men aren't doing this, they're not doing that, or women aren't doing this, or not doing that. And they don't really get to see people like you, people like Will, people like myself, the coaches, administrators, all those people who are actually in the community trying to reach out and help out. So I'm just really trying to build this broadcasting, because I could easily go work for Fox Sports, ESPN, and do something with them, and get paid nice money, and just come home and go about my day. Or I could try to, why not have an ESPN in Oakland that's for us? That's something everybody could get employment from, get financially benefited from, and really enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to what you're having and see how we can partner and make this thing grow.
Yeah, you said a huge part for me, man, especially traveling the country and speaking and partnering with different people across the country, man. That narrative word is huge. I don't think people understand how powerful the control of the narrative is. You can ask a lot of people in our communities, like, certain facts or certain questions. They'll tell you what the news told them. They'll tell you what media told them. And it ain't true. It ain't true. Like, they'll tell you that. And it's like, man, they really have sold us on the fact that we are like this, or these are statistics. Like, if I can encourage a lot of our community, do fact checks on stuff, man. Like, seriously, you'll find out that the narrative, a lot of stuff that's being told to us, that's being pushed on social media, is actually strategic, and it's a changing of the mind. You know, so when you're fed something, like there's tactics behind this. Like, if we show you something 7 times, your mind believes it's true. Like, whether you like it or not. Like, so that changing of the narrative and having our own media stuff is huge. It's huge. But here's what I've studied in the last year too. There's like you said, when you're walking in your calling, there's going to be a adversary that's trying to stop you. It's a reason why there are no major black media stations. There's a reason why there are no major black anchors. And like you get a small number, because the narrative has to be controlled for people to be controlled. And so if that's one of the, some things, see, y'all making me expose some of my game. But see, with this whole tech thing, it's, you don't tell them everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. But when you got power in tech, it ain't just about no social media. It's about controlling narrative, controlling what people see. Like, I even had visions of doing, like, what would it look like if we filmed all of how many of these conversations we had? What would it look like if we start filming with the babies running around and we get more women? Film that, film that. And we start saying, no, this is what we look like as a community.
That's the reality they don't want to see.
That's what people don't want to see. But not only do people don't want to see it, people know that it's going to be empowering to people. So when you believe what you see. So when people start seeing, like, somebody going to watch this right now and get an idea to do this. That's how empowering it is in what you see. And so that's why we definitely have to get control of, like, tech and social media and media. We need to even be tactical about pushing more of our children, like, into that. Because it's like, when you control that, it's a major.
That's kind of the idea where, like what Kenny was saying. We've been working on this show for 2 years. 2 years. And for people out there in the world, social media guys watching, nothing happen overnight. You have to build. You're going to make some mistakes. You have to do your homework. We went through so many different cameras, dude. He went through so many different pieces, dude. Are you talking just like so much time that's dedicated to the vision? You know what I'm saying? That was given to us. You know what I mean? You can have the same vision. You know what I mean? You just come together and make it happen all under one umbrella. Because what my vision is, the same thing with media. His vision not the same thing. The vision of media, but the goal is to control our own media, not just for social media. You guys can see is black men doing it, but to empower our own kids in the community. Hey, you don't have to be a basketball player, right? Go into media.
Right.
You don't have to wait till college to take a media class. We're going to give you a training class every day. We got games 7 days a week. Come train on this iPad, on this phone. This is y'all era anyway, the youth. I had to ask church today about Instagram, live. I don't know how to work that.
Right.
The youngsters, this is their era. But I don't see too many of our people getting into that kind of stuff. Really getting into it, though. Really tapping into it. Yeah. It's like I'll start this, and then like anything else in the world, it gets hard, so I can turn away from it. And then it's like if I coulda, woulda, shoulda, then you see somebody else doing it, and that's what church said, like, the people that's right up under you, they right. But bruh, how about we come together, we ain't gotta hate on each other. How about that? Stay in your lane, stay in our lane. And just come together, dude, and it's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Just slowly but surely.
Definitely.
I really believe that. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't believe the guy that's there is giving his businesses to be thrown back in the dirt. I don't believe that. Especially if some of the same vision keep coming to you.
Yeah.
If I tell people all the time, if that vision that came to you 3 times or more, that's what the hell you're supposed to be doing.
Pay attention.
You waking up in the middle of the night, this is on your brain. You go to sleep, this is on your brain. You watch. I'm a visionary, just a visual person. I'm watching TV. Something happens to what I'm thinking about with a vision.
Right.
You got to take that and run with that sign, man. Tap into what you were supposed to be doing, and you'll be successful. Just keep pushing.
That's the good thing about people actually seeing people that they can relate to do things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just not that you don't want to do it, but it's the belief in that you can actually do it. You see somebody doing it, it's like, man, I can't do it. I can't just keep following my dream to do what I want to do. And that's what's good about Tailor, man. You're touching so many souls and moving so many ways out here in your own city that outside of the city, you help people that just can see you like this. By just doing this, like, oh man, I was sitting there and I was on the YouTube page and I seen this and I was like, oh man, I gotta start rapping. I mean, just some people just need that push. You could be standing right on the edge, seeing that it's safe to fall down, but scared to jump. Like, get that pushing.
It's real life. It's up. You gotta be. That's how real we is. That's how
real. Live and direct, man. In the neighborhood, man. That's what goes on in the neighborhood, man.
Yeah, man. That's you know. Y'all said another piece that's important for me too. Like church of the testament is like I'm super huge on creating my platform to bring other people onto the platform. Like so, the training you was gonna show. I can tell you what that's about. I'm trying to do free trainings, basketball leagues, not because I love basketball. It was my first love because I believe it is a way to create a platform to build community. That's all it is about to me. All of that, I don't care about being seen. I don't care about none of that. I care about building community. And so if I got to do a basketball league to get in front of 100 people and speak and say, hey, I'm doing this. If I got to do a free give back training camp and bring people together, that's what I got to do. We got to be tactical in the way we thinking about doing it. Y'all know how I got tactical? Paying attention to our oppressors. Pay attention to what they've been doing to us for a long time. And start beating them at their own damn game. You know what I'm saying? And so with my community, I'm just like, okay, this is find out what your community love. They love basketball. Everybody love when you give back to kids. Everybody. And then as I travel, one of the things I say in all my speaking engagements, man, I'm just trying to be, I think I need to trademark this. Just trying to be what I didn't see. That's it. I'm simply, I didn't see a wheel that was truly authentic. Like, look, I got my own business. I'm still Will. Don't get it twisted. Wayne. Like, you could tell, like, I'm still Wayne, but I'm out here speaking and traveling and out of the country. Like, I didn't see an authentic brother. That's why when I did start selling drugs, I thought that was the option. Because the people that I saw that was doing well was selling drugs.
That's what we saw.
I didn't see the man that, you know, had a good job or owned a business. I didn't even know nothing about nobody. No black man owned a business when I was in high school. I didn't know. I never even heard of that. What's funny though, I remember in this one class they asked me what I wanted to be, and I said entrepreneur. I knew that word. So you talking about the visions that stuff being inside you. So for me, it's really huge that we create platforms like church. I've been telling him over and over, like, no, bro, you lead. Like, and then he needs to push somebody. Oh no, you lead, and we need to keep bringing and building these platforms where people can lead. But that don't happen too much in our community. everybody want the damn shine like the sun can't touch everybody. It's enough shine for everybody, man. And we have to get out of that crab in the bucket mentality. And the thing I hate, it's really in the Bay. It's really in like Northern California though, y'all. I could go to Atlanta and as soon as I touch down, somebody ready to partner. I could go to New York and they be ready to rock. I can even go to LA and they be ready to rock. But out here, man, we crab in the bucket. It's so horrible. And so that's why I'm super intentional about saying, no, I don't need no picture. I don't need no nothing. Like even last week, prime example. He was like, big bro, we ended up taking the picture, the team, the group picture without you. I said, man, I don't need no picture. I don't need to be in that picture. What I need to be in the picture for? Y'all did that. Like, I helped and I supported, but I don't need to be in it. A lot of brothers and sisters that I know that have positions, they don't have that position. Like, they ain't willing to fall back. And if you find out about any of our great leaders, that's how they operate. It's kind of like about them.
It's kind of like with Tailor Made. Like, I'm in the videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. But if people really go back and look at the past 3 years been up, everybody that ever worked for the business of Tailor Made or still working, they own the social media just as much as I am. Why? This is your opportunity so people get to know that you are an official. You are going to these classes. You are going to these free classes at that for the community. You know, we're not charging an arm and a leg. You know, you gotta pay a couple $100 for a camp here, then you gotta pay a couple $100 for a room and board, and you gotta pay, depending on how long you're there. Me personally, I go out there, it's like $50 every time I sit down. You know what I'm saying? That's a basic meal. You know, you gotta pay for all that. On top of, you gotta get to where you gotta get to. That's a lot of money. So to be able to give free clinic, as people call them, shout out to Lily, Tailor Made Institute on Friday at Bush Friday, that's free. And other rec centers, why a lot of stuff not free? Or why, oh, I started this. If you didn't know me, you wouldn't even know I was the owner of Tailor Made. Even with all the social media going on. You wouldn't know. Why you got to brag the most?
Yeah. Like,
I be trying to get in the back. You know what I mean? Like, Kenny, it's your turn, man. Landon, it's your turn. They be like, nah, well, you got it. You know what I mean? But you got to put everybody else on, man. Yeah. So speaking of putting everybody else on, you guys are doing an event this weekend. What kind of event you guys got going on this weekend? Where is it going to be held at?
See how they do you?
you got to put them out there.
Before we even get into it, like, I'm talking all that time. He don't even let me fall back. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna fall back. And everybody be like, church, what you leaving? I'm like, it's not a me, it's a we. Like, but they be like, church, man, it's cool. It's cool. But nah, we put on our very first basketball tournament, calling it the Battle for the City. Yeah. So we trying to have teams from East, West, and North Oakland all come together in one environment at Popular Recreation Center. Willie Keys, if you don't know what Popular is. Just pretty much put on for the city, man. You hold down the court, you win, you go home. So, yeah, we're trying to put together this little tournament, try to bring the city together outside of people who just hoop so you can come watch some quality basketball. Along with our officials, on hand, Tailor Made, you know. Shout out to Tailor Made doing their thing every time we call them.
Appreciate you guys for having us, man.
Yeah, we're just trying to put a little tournament together as far as our other, like, trying to kick off something with the Oakland Impact Center / LLC. So people just start seeing our name and seeing our face out there and know that we're serious about what we're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely, to add on to that, it's definitely a part of our brand. We trying to brand what we want to do. And so that's why you see North, West, and East. Because at the end of the day, as we thought through this, we was like, man, we don't have no leagues like this. Like when we was growing up, it was leagues. You had all kind of stuff that was popular, man. You know, and we don't have nothing no more. So truth be told, this first annual one is a humble beginning, but we believe it's a humble beginning of something huge. Yeah. Like we want that thing to grow to a 32-team, 5-day event. You know, not because we want no fame or no glory, because we want our community to have power. Because that equals power. That's money coming in that we can build with, but that's people. Like, I believe bodies is more powerful than money. People is power. You know, Panther said power to the people. I'm a true believer of that. Like, I know people with $1 million that don't got no friends. He ain't got no damn power. But then you got that cat that ain't got $1 in the bank account. He got 1,000 people that's ready to rock anytime. So that's really what these things is about, giving our community back something to really be excited about and do, but at the same time, building power. And you know, because we got bigger moves down the line. and we really have to figure out how are we building power right now. So yeah, we excited, and we plan on doing this. So every month we're gonna do a free clinic. We probably gonna do one here in Bushwick. We're gonna do, because we're trying to connect the dots. So we did the first one in the West. We want to do one here in the North, and we're gonna do one probably at Brookfield. And so we probably gonna do another basketball tournament. Like, so every week we want to close this year off strong. So a free clinic every month from here on out. So we did our first one, a basketball tournament or 3-on-3 every month. And then at Christmas, we want to do like a huge like training,
Right.
and a huge, if we gain, as long as we keep our momentum, we a huge training like at Laney or Merritt, and then like a huge tournament at like Laney or Merritt. Like, and even with that, like, maybe put a feeding to it or something. Just make it family oriented, but community, man. You know, really build. Because like my mentor said, he said we don't got community no more. We got hoods. We got hoods. We got neighborhoods. And the neighborhood is just some people that just existing. A community is people that's doing business, that got money, that's invested. You know, and we ain't got that no more. You know, so just trying to pull us out of our silos, man. Because I also this is what I also believe, y'all. Our community has what it needs to build. People just don't come forth with it. Like, there's people in our communities with finances, but they don't find the safe places to own board and use their resources. Like, they can sit back and be like, I don't want no part of what they're doing. But if you start creating these kind of spaces, and it's already been happening. Some people hit me about our clinic and want to support off top. So I feel like if we create these spaces, people are going to be like, what these brothers is doing? And then you start seeing people and they come. So I believe that everything we need is here. It just ain't.
What God told Moses, if you build it, they will come.
Man, there it is.
If you build it, they will come, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
But he had to be the assigned one to build it. And
That's why
that's who we are.
it's big on people from your community doing things. Because you got, like you said, you got the resources out here, but they plugging in the people who don't even know how to get into the end. You know what I mean? Flushing the resources and the people who lead that shouldn't be leading.
We are the people.
Exactly.
We are the people, man.
Like, you got people out here leading these organizations and they don't even know what to do. So they're just trying to figure out how to fit in. You should just move out the way with people that know what to do, You know what I mean? So that's part of like getting in the right circles too. Like Wayne always say, you got to position yourself properly. I mean, and be intentional with what you're doing. So, I mean, like you intentionally picked the. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say for me and Wayne to do the first one.
Yeah, we did.
Like, we relate with each other, so it's like
Yeah.
Feel me? Yeah.
We will bring y'all back for the 100th.
number one and number one.
Full circle, full circle, man. Because
Right.
so much.
All everybody is.
Hey,
I mean, we will. Like,
Just think of, you guys was our first contract, Tailor made. Shout out to David W. official. He connected Tailor made with you guys' name.
yeah.
So just think 3 years ago, what you guys accomplished 3 years ago to now.
Yeah.
And you look at what Tailor made 3 years ago to now. Look how much ground we all covered just in 3 years.
Yeah.
This is still the beginning, dude. We're nowhere close to the destination, dude. We got a long way to go, bro.
Yeah.
We have a long way to go. So I'm excited to see the growth that you guys are about to go through, man.
Yeah, man. That partnership stuff is big, though, man. And if I can highlight one thing, man, we need to partner with people. Like, that's the biggest piece. This is a partnership that you're gonna see rocking from all the time. Like us and Tailor Made, that's locked in. I've been locked in for a minute, but like we need partners. We need people to come forth. And, like, you know, I travel and speak. I get paid to do speaking, but in my community, I do this for free all day. You know what I'm saying? It's not work to me, like, or any of my services. You feel me? I come and I'll do that just to bless my community. So whatever, I believe that we need to have this thing. Like, I got this Black Wall Street mindset. Like, we need this space where we're creating, like, for each other, where, you know, because we the only, I don't know if a lot of people know this stat, but we the only people that our money don't rotate in our community. You know, you got one group that they money rotates 7 times before it leave their community. Another group, it rotates, which means it go to the market, and that's their store. Then it go to the car lot, and and the money rotates. Our community, we got to get back to a space where we create that Black Wall Street kind of mind state where even if it's just if it ain't money, it's our services that they're rotating to each other. And it's like being intentional about, I'm only rocking with Will. I don't care what nobody said. That's my brother. I'm rocking with him, even in his good times and his bad times. That's another thing. We got to stop being so damn conditional, like switching up on people when it's only convenient for us. Like that, we can't be like that, man. You gotta ride the storm. You know, you gotta ride the storm. You know,
style riding that way.
Yeah, you know.
My
So
mentor, Nate Oliver say, man, when it's going to get tough, sit stay in the boat, young man. Sit stay in the boat, man.
yeah, so it's huge that I believe that we continue to build these partnerships. So I just want to be real intentional about telling people, like, anything that you think we might can help you with, whether it's homeless feeding. We do a lot of that too. We do a lot of, and I don't even, our unsheltered family. We believe in not even just going to feed, but to hang out. We go hang out. We set up shop, set up a table, play music, dance, hang out. People and then actually pay somebody or two people out there to help us facilitate it. That's what we do intentionally, right? And then you connect with these people. And man, you hear some of them stories. Like, I was intentional our first one because I knew a lot of the young people ain't never really got to see some of these people that's out here. A lot of people just think people that's unsheltered just is drug addicts. And man, there was people walking up saying, "Hey, can I get a plate? I gotta get to work." Like, people is struggling out here.
You mean the people need it.
These is regular people. It's a lot of regular people that's just on hard times. So what I believe in doing that is I want to create this space where our young people, even the kids, can see how good they got it. You get to go home to a house. You get to get in the car and drive away. It's people that's sitting here wishing they could have that. So anything we can possibly do and we can vision together, man, I just want to sit at the table and rock with people, you know. So, and I think that's the key, because I really believe we got everything we need. We just divide it.
I wish So Oakland Week was so open every day.
Right.
Dude,
Love Michelle and them, man.
Just to be for them to have us to be a part, just the small part. Yeah. We have the basketball part of it. That's a small part of it. But the connections that's created with that So Oakland Week. Shout out to people who run the So Oakland.
Yeah.
I hope one day the whole thing is like So Oakland every day in Oakland, dude, because there's so many black businesses out here that people don't even know about. Mm-hmm. You know, had another ref that was with us, Terry. He started the Brand Black or something like that. He hosts this thing at OVO and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Just to see like other people like doing other things. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How you gonna support something like that?
Yeah.
Like, and these are young black men, young black sisters, got their hands in any kind of occupation you can imagine.
Okay.
But they try to keep us smothered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's because it's a lot of the.
Speaking of that, the OVO and the Run the World thing, I got the chance to interview Maya Whitaker, who was running for District 6 of Oakland, California. So I was able to interview her, talk to her, pick her brain on her political views. So you could explain to the people why it's important to support your own interests politically, but not only support it by getting out and vote, but actually giving that movement some financial backing as well.
Yeah. Man, because politics is power. Much as I'm transparently, a lot of people are pushing me right now into politics, like saying, Wayne, and I'm like, I don't want no part of it. But one of my mentors hit me with something about 2 weeks ago. He said, "Son, you can be one of the most powerful speakers in the world. You can be one of the most powerful people, but you can walk up to the White House and say, I'm Wayne, this powerful speaker from Oakland, and they can be like, get up out of here. But if you walk up and you say, I'm city council member or I'm mayor, they gonna open doors for you." And so he was saying that just to say, if you really probably want to do what you want to do, you need to be intentional about positioning yourself. And sometimes that might take a political route. I've learned about politics a lot. Politics ain't all bad. We're not educated on politics. They've been used to whoop us in a lot of ways. And so we stay away from it. Even that's a trick. Like, if we can demonize this thing called politics, then they won't even come. Because now we really got them. Like, we can't do nothing if we don't gang some ground and voting in politics. Because you can argue all you want to, but if they're putting their person in position to make decisions, you don't have a say so. Oakland.
What's going on right here?
Oh, what's happening right now been at play for 20 years, y'all. Listen to me. When y'all think gentrification just now happening, man, this been planned for 30, maybe more years. There are people, there's powers at play that have planned this long before. So if we don't start tapping into understanding, and I'm still like kind of at a space where I'm really understanding, but I understand how politics work now. I really just understand. I understand the game. And to be truthful, it's crazy because it reminds me of the drug game. I mean, you sit at some of these tables, and I ain't saying I sat at no tables, but it reminded me of some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just do, man. It's crazy. And so if you ain't invested, and you're not finding people that's out there that's invested in your interests, and you're not willing to if you knew what was on the table, this is why we got to get educated. If you knew what was on the table, if somebody sat and said, here, this law, and if this don't get passed, your kids can no longer go to school in Oakland, then you would probably get out there and start helping, but we're not educated about this stuff. And that's why it's huge for me to create. So that even ties into when I'm saying I'm creating these basketball leagues or whatever. I want all of these people in the space so I can stop it in halfway through and say, hey, SB10 is finna go forth, y'all, and we need to get this. It's giving you a space to start teaching people about politics and about laws and about how it's gonna impact. Man, because when I go mark my ballots and stuff, I look and I be like, I bet people don't know what that is. I bet people don't know what that is. And you just don't know. I bet they ain't even vote no more.
Be everything that we complain about sitting on.
And that starts politics is it's deep. We have to create spaces just like we create spaces to watch the Super Bowl and go clubbing. We gotta create spaces. My saying is engage, educate, empower. And I feel like a lot of people open spaces like this and expect our people to come. That's not going to happen. I know some of the people in the Alabama woke vote thing that got that first Democrat dude voted in, right? And what they did was went out to the hoods. Like they had young men and women walking around passing ballots out, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes. It didn't even matter. They educated them. They engaged them first. Then they educated them. Then they empowered them. And that's what we got to do. And so that's why I want spaces to continue to be open, because I want to engage people. Like we got all of these businesses and we out here saying, man, well, I'm open and they should come. That ain't how our communities work. You actually got to be intentional about engaging our community. Then you educate them. We ain't talking about no scholastic kind of stuff. I'm talking about just the gist of it. Just telling them this law, do you got a brother in jail? Have you ever had to pay bail? Do you understand how it works? Okay, did it make you feel good? Is your mom's house still in? Okay, so this law probably affects you so let me tell you about SB such and such and such. And if we get this passed, there's no more bail bonds like that. Because people don't even realize the United States is one of the last money bail places in the world. Like a lot of places in countries, y'all don't even have money bail. A lot of countries don't have money bail. Let me just educate you on that. They cannot force you to pay money to get a loved one out, because at the end of the day, what the system is saying is you get rewarded for having money. Where is that right at? So you mean to tell me that's why we see all the little white boys and whatever, they get in any trouble, they right out. So the system has been strategically set up for us to suffer, get stuck, and for people who are in that 1%, whatever that percent is, to be able to move fluid and do whatever they want to do. And we can't keep complaining if we're not going to position ourselves politically, or at least start educating ourselves on some of this stuff and investing, like you said. Like, we have to get that mind state, but that's why I want to just keep creating these spaces, because it's too much to throw on people right now. I've been on this journey for 6 years of really educating myself. And all my education, just so y'all know, is self-educated. You know why I got self-educated? Because I started studying history. And our people was creators of everything, and they were self-damn educated. They didn't get taught nothing, but they created everything. Black people created everything in this damn country. I don't care who get credit for it, Edison and all of them. Man, they ain't create nothing. Black slaves created stuff, and then they took credit for it. So it made me say, well, I can get all of this if I got the internet now. They didn't even have the internet. You feel me? And they did this. So I'm just being so intentional about creating spaces, and every move I'm making, that's what it's really connected to. It has nothing to do with me really just loving basketball, me wanting to travel the world. Everything I do, I think about, how can I create leaders? How can I create this? How can we do this? Because I want to empower my people. And if we don't do it, man, it's not going to happen. So the political piece is huge, and we have to get more on board and understand it is not the demon. You know, it's actually the vessel we can win a lot. I mean, and shout out to our black sisters that's out here moving mean in the political spaces. Like, I mean, moving mean out here, like all across the country. Moving mean out here in governor spaces and senate spaces and, man, judges and, man, I'll be telling brothers be mad at me because I be saying it, but I be like, man, they've been carrying us too long, man. Our sisters been carrying us too long. We got to start stepping it up. Like, because as we see, they can carry us, but then we still can't gain a lot of ground unless we're doing this in partnerships. You know, so I'm happy you brought that political piece up because it's huge. Our communities don't talk about it at all. We think, like, ain't no reason to talk about politics. Ain't no, man, you better start talking about politics and understanding what we can do. Like, now, it's crazy because they do have the system, as we've seen with Obama. It's so many things you will not be able to do. It's crazy. But you got to move out of the mind state of thinking negative first and think positive first. Like, I know, this is my mind state. I know exactly what happened if I don't do nothing.
The same results always if you don't do nothing.
I know it. Matter of fact, it's going to get worse. So I might as well jump out here and jump off this bridge. I know they say it's brick down there, but I might as well go for it. Because it's like, you know, and so many times I find myself, shoot for the moon. You fall on the stars, you're good. You know? And so that political please, we definitely, but I know we can't even have these conversations until we create spaces where we can engage people and educate.
Well, one thing you said was self-education. I remember when I did the interview with Maya Whitaker, I had to get on my computer, look up her profile, find info about her, and I also had to find info about the people that she's running against. And, you know, you read certain stories, you know, certain councilmen got into fights with certain people, and you read that the mayors, they withdrew their support from one person and give it to somebody else. But when you get educated on all that, you'll be able to follow certain politicians. So if there's a politician or who has a certain agenda that you like, and even though they don't win per se that year, when they run again, you'll be able to get more people involved in support. So it's always important to get that education. But more importantly, with the education, you got to go out, you got to act on it.
That's not just in politics, that's just in business.
Yeah.
Life. People say, remember when I first started telling me, nobody knows who Will Smith is. I've been in every state except Alaska. This is my 22nd year doing this. I know a lot of people. I just was never flamboyant about it, so you didn't know my business like that. This is not by accident. Us sitting here is not by accident. What you guys have going on in the community, what you guys business, it's not by accident. TailorMade is not by accident. Him running this software thing, this is not by, all this is designed by that man upstairs. No. It is designed, man.
I understand that. You got to.
And to my young entrepreneurs out there, don't compare yourself to nobody else's business, how long you've been open or whatever, because everybody's walk is different. Everybody's speed is different to get to your goal. And it is really a marathon, man, not a race. If you think you're just going to be successful in 1 or 2 years, that is not reality of having a business. That's why so many black businesses fail in 3 to 5 years. Everybody trying to, I'm about to make this quick money. No, you know why I'm broke?
Everybody want the next Amazon.
Right, man, kill that all the time. You wanna know why I'm broke? I'm investing my money back into this business. The little bit I do have, man. And we come together and invest though.
Yeah.
Time with Kenny, time buying parts, or time coming to you guys' event. You guys time coming to our events, or just being the first people on the show again. Support is the biggest thing that you can have in a business. That's real talk. And it is enough strong black sisters and brothers to where it should be enough of us supporting each other. That's real talk. Woo. Look at the track record. You got all these businesses that have been around 30, 40 years. Now you got young kings like myself and you guys and young queens out here like the Maya Whitakers, the Lees, and all these other young black women. How they covering so much ground so fast and these other people that have been here so long is going falling by the wayside? Well, as I tell these young people, forget what they gonna say. Use that as motivation. That's that fire to keep you lit up under you, keep you going. You wake up under that bed, like, man, I want to do it today. Think about how long they've been doing it and didn't do it right. It's been a hindrance to the community instead of pushing the community forward to the purpose of the community. It's a purpose while we right here.
Definitely.
It's a purpose why we're not in LA.
Yeah.
They in LA for a reason. We in Oakland for a reason. I just believe, man, we just need to stop the I don't use the word hatred on each other. I don't like that word, but I think a lot of it is jealousy. I think a lot of it is envy. You have a story. You have a story. You got a story. I got a story. Man, we all got a story. Why not channel that to something great? Everybody can do something. And it's like back in the Bible days, dude. They had the big old fruit, the big old everything was huge then. It's like that now. Just our minds is looking at a tone. Our minds see things so little. Our minds see things so little, and that's because we ignorant to the fact of lack of education. What you guys talking about when you come to the vote? When you talking about how to run a business. When you talking about how to tap into the resources. When you talking about how to just go out in the community. I tell people all the time in my business. You think I knew all the people was gonna come to my business just because I was having a training? I'm happy if one just comes. All I have to do is just like what you guys do, open it up. And keep opening up and keep running and keep running and keep running and keep running. That's how you build. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Yeah, man, you guys
You gotta stay educated too, bro. That support is major. It's major. People, it's like coming from where we come from, that so-called land and drugs. People got that jealous attitude, like you said. It's where, Will eating now. I gotta be jealous of him because I can't eat. We can all eat, you know. It's enough out here for everybody to get a piece of that pie and keep that pie going around in a circle. Like Wayne said, just keep it flowing around. You'd be surprised as you start with a slice and now you got 3 whole pies. You gotta want to do it, and you gotta be willing to do it. And stop getting that I'm gonna get rich fast and knowing that you're gonna start off taking a loss, but that loss is gonna turn into a win because you keep moving. And now you're here, and now you're there, and I'm in Martinez, and I see a tailor-made official on my basketball court. Like, just do it well. I remember when he didn't have his own shirts. Like bro. Just gotta stay motivated as people, bro. Like, stop hating on each other. Like, you don't say hate, but it's pretty much what jealousy is hate. That jealousy, you gonna get so jealous to the point where you got to hate this dude. You don't even know why. I mean, I'm like, snake. What? Why? What did I do to you, bro? I'm trying to put you on what you better than me. I mean, that's why I'm big on Will, bro. It's like, he said he's there in the background. I be thinking I'm in the background and I'm just not turning around and look like this dude. I'm in the front. He played me, and I'm thinking he played me. But he knows it's a certain amount of people that we saying the same thing, but they gonna listen to me say it instead of him saying it. And I know, like they gonna watch me like Will's doing a lot of talking because I know y'all gonna listen to what he's saying. Because the way he put it and the way I put it would be 2 different ways. And now you like, I don't even listen to church because I think church, I seen him do this, I seen him do that, but you ain't seen him do that. But you know, we walk the same life. Me and him know that. They don't know that. You know what I mean? So go ahead and do your thing. You gonna let them know, and then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, they real. But in the inside, in our inside circle, we all know we doing the same thing. And he win, I win. You win,
we all win. We all win.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
we all win.
You see us win, we see you win, we all winning together, and that's just what they don't know. Like, why they everywhere? Because we all winning together. That pie is getting ate together. We sit down at the same table, taking a slice, putting the pie here, letting it come back around to me. I mean, so just pretty much got to stick together, man. That's when we realize we stick together, we can be great.
Yeah, that part is that, and that's why us doing this is so huge, like, because it's the example. People get to see it, and they go now they watching because they gonna see if we still together a year from now. They gonna see if we still together 2 years from now, and if when we are, that gives people different empowerments. He said something that was important, and it kind of came all the way around. And he said, everybody want to be the next Amazon, but they don't want to do the going through that Amazon went through. See, and even that's important for me because people see Amazon as it is, but don't know where Amazon came from.
Yeah.
Amazon thought about going out of business. He thought about not doing that for Apple. All of them. When you can just sit people in the room and educate them on simple stuff like just watch an Amazon story for 30 minutes. People be like, damn, I thought they just appeared. No, man, it's so much hard work put into that.
All those people, all those companies, they all started by themselves with a group of people that believed in the same vision, bro. But they all had the same goal. By themselves. But they came together.
And you better believe, and this is how it works, and this is why you can't get mad. Some people that start with you won't finish.
Man,
it's just real. The name of the game.
That is real.
But as long as you got that core, that's why this brother is so important to me. I sent him a text the other day and told him. I was sitting there talking to my brother after the training, And my brother, my older brother, I'm the youngest, and then my middle brother and my oldest. Me and him is like, that's my age boom boom. And he know how I am with friendships. He was like, bro, I see you everywhere with church. Like, you really with church, like, be that? I said, bro, this is the first dude in my entire life that I can trust with anything. Anything. Like, to do anything. And not just him, his wife, his family. You feel me? That's why I will invest in this brother, and that's why I know he'll invest in me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's huge. But what's so big about that, the big piece about support to me, is you're going to have some tough days. How do you get through them? And that's where a lot of us, if you check people about where they gave up at, a lot of times we gave up by ourselves.
Yeah.
We didn't let nobody know what we were going through, and then we tell them, man, I was doing this. How many times you hear that story? Man, I don't even tell y'all, but I was doing this, and then what happened? And I let it go. I'll do it again. Like, because nobody knew. You ain't let nobody in. But that's our problem. We don't like to let people in sometimes because we don't want accountability. And whether you know it or not, every great leader allows somebody. My life changed when the first man really came into my life about 10, 11 years ago. And I never had a father figure, never had a healthy man in my life. I'm 32 years old now. And I ain't even looking forward to no man. I'm a single father. I've been doing my thing in the streets. I've been doing my thing as a father. I don't need nobody. But when this man started to hold me accountable, it shifted my life. Because you start moving in a different way when people actually hold you accountable. And here's the deep part about him. And this is how our community has to learn how to hold each other accountable. It can't be judgmental. Accountability doesn't equal judging. Like, man, you messed up. No, it equals, okay, let's talk about why that didn't work. How can I help you work? How can I help you with it? You ain't quitting, is you? No, you told me you ain't quitting. I ain't letting you quit. It's a whole different kind of accountability. That's the graceful kind of accountability.
He told me that before. Well, I ain't letting you quit. I was shut down a business one day.
Man,
he said, well, you gonna shut down a multi-million-dollar business?
Yeah, I remember too. I remember, and I told him, what we gonna do in the future is connected to you continuing to go on. Don't play with me. We be fighting with these weights in the gym, like we're playing. We was heated that day too. Yeah, he was heated. It was one of the moments. If I would have just said, yeah, quit, it would have been like that moment. But that's why I support. Like, and it don't have to be like I see you every day. Mm-hmm. But you do need to have like a support system and a small group of people who can hold you accountable. And most of the time, this dude, I remember we had our little group, and sometimes I learned, I'm starting to do this like check-in thing, and it's a dope experience, and this is something I would love. He experienced it where it's called, let's tell each other how we experienced each other. You don't get the response. Was it a deep? One of the deepest spaces you can create.
You're all in there crying like
that. All it is everybody gets to speak on how they experience you, and you get to see. You can't tell a person their experience. Mm-hmm. So I can't fight you if you say, Wayne, I experienced you like such and such. I can't say, man, you wrong. No, that's how I experienced you. But when you could create that space, and when we created that space, then we also create like this level of accountability, and then we start creating trust. But just recreating how we do things, how we trust each other, and how we have brotherhood and sisterhood and familyhood. And that's why, as you see, all my pieces tie in together. It's all about this holistic building of our community. And there's so many tentacles that have to be connected and touched. And none of us can do it on our own, but we can do it collectively together, even with the pieces of working with different races. I keep telling people, like, did y'all see the Black Panthers? They worked with so many different people.
They supporters, some of their biggest supporters, like Sinatra and all those guys, man.
Exactly.
Like behind the scenes type stuff. They have no clue, dude.
We have to expand our minds, man, and that's what I love to bring to the table, is when I can get in spaces and have people walking away saying, "Damn, bro, you got me thinking," And so it is this support thing. This that's why the biggest thing I keep pushing is we need partnership. Mm-hmm. We need partnership. A lot of times when you invite yourself,
you got it without a good support team.
Yeah.
Period. Without a good support team.
Right.
I tell people all the time, "Oh, well, you doing it?" Nah, bro, they doing it. I'm only strong as this team.
Only strong as the team.
Exactly.
They doing what they doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. We a team. It's a team effort, though.
And a lot of days they holding me up.
It
ain't vice versa. They holding me up. Let me just let you know. Like, this is like, I tell people all the time, what if it didn't look like me standing in front of church? What if it always looked like us locking on? What if you never could realize, like you said, who the boss is, quote unquote? That's how I want all my organizations ran. I don't want nobody really to be able to tell who, you know, who is who. I want it to be like,
all y'all are leaders.
yeah, everybody, and that's what I tell a lot of my men's groups. That's why a lot of men love like the groups I hold, and they just blow up and have a lot of numbers because I tell. First thing I say is, I'm facilitating. We're all leading, and then I actually put that into action by saying, anytime you have a topic or something you want to teach on, just let me know. You'll be teaching that day. I'll be sitting in the audience. You know how empowered brothers feel? Because a lot of brothers walk up, like this one young brother recently, he walked up and said, Brother Wayne, you empower me because I look at you as this stature. Like, I look at you like, man, you so dope. And then you gave me, like, because I could tell this brother's super smart, and I'm like, I want you to teach. I know you got something on your heart, but you ain't gonna never say it.
Right.
And I kept pushing on it. And he finally, when it did it, and that changed his, like, man, the fact that you pushed me out there, man, I feel like I could go in anywhere, and that's what it needs to look like as a community. But we got so far.
It's like in Tailor made. These people come to the trainings, and I start off like as the lead speaker, or whatever, or lead trainer, and then Kenya come in, or Lelia come in, or Javante come in, and I always tell them the new people. So say like we run a 10-week training here at Bush Ride. Brand new people never rep before. Okay, this is y'all first 10 weeks. The next 10 weeks, y'all gonna be a teacher. Because the little knowledge y'all learned in 10 weeks, y'all gonna be able to share with the new people who don't know nothing about this. You are already tapped into what you're supposed to be doing as a community, as a team, and as a family. Help them like we helped y'all. Because guess what? That's what it's supposed to be. Keep passing the torch. You stronger in something than I am. You stronger than you in something is. You stronger than that baby right there is stronger than a whole lot of things.
Yes.
This way it's coming into the world nowadays. So how you can't learn?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But if you're not pouring into them, like you said, somebody needs to push every now and then. Man, I didn't know I knew that. Oh man, I knew that. Even kid explained a travel call. They didn't know what a travel call was. They didn't know they could explain it, so they started explaining it. They're like, man, I can explain it like that. See, that's the kind of stuff I be laughing at. And I tell them, I can't wait this is your first week, I can't wait to 10 weeks. Because I know how you're going to be in 10 weeks. Make your mistakes right now, but I know what's going to happen in 10 weeks. You won't be where you are now in 10 weeks. If you are, me and Kenny and the other board members are trainers, we ain't doing our job right.
Yeah.
You should not be the same in 10 weeks like you was when we first came. You should not be where we was 3 years ago when we met.
Exactly.
If we was in the same spot, we wouldn't be where we are right now. This is growth. Growth. Spiritual growth. Another thing people don't understand. Even in business, it is a spiritual warfare, dog. People really need to understand that. A lot of people didn't know my background. I know y'all see me wilding and all that kind of stuff. When I'm wilding because I'm fed up. I ain't just woke out of bed because I'm wilding. Jesus got mad too. I only got two cheeks too. I'm human too. But at the end of the day, it is spiritual warfare everywhere. There's a lot of people, they don't even know what's going on out in the world, dude. They just wake up angry at the world, and that energy can travel and jump to this to this. Next thing you know it, ain't no black business. But they still thriving. And that's what's been happening because you look at I heard older people say this all, every culture got their own space in the town.
Every culture.
Every culture, man.
Except for us.
Except for us.
They call ours the good.
That ain't the man's fault. That's our fault. That's our fault, and the people that been here before, I think a lot of people gave up. Like realistically, bro. And then like we young, we speak our mind.
Yeah.
Our generation speak our mind. The generation under us, they way harder than we are. That's why I think we can relate to them more.
Definitely.
Because it's totally different from us being 40 and somebody 50. That 10-year gap is different. But us 40 and 30 and 20 and 15, we can relate more to them. Because we was kind of like that shit. Like, oh, that era rebellious. Oh, they ain't listening. You can't tell them nothing. No, I think more of we did start self-educating ourselves and start really opening up our minds to receive different outlooks of things. Because everything we've been taught growing up ain't true. From spirituality to religion to politics to school to business, education. A lot of that stuff is myth. Yes.
Finance.
Yes, bro.
It is.
It all go back to how we first started before we started recording. Just the leadership thing. Like, I mean, you got leaders, you got followers, but you got leaders who follow. You got leaders who got follower qualities. You know what I'm saying? So it's big on everybody being born as a natural leader, but knowing how to lead.
True.
So you put people in that leadership role and you let them lead. You know what I mean? When you got people like Wayne or like me or like yourself who are natural born leaders, but don't have a problem with falling back and letting people lead. You know what I mean? It's big.
I want to see you lead.
Because then you force somebody to get into a role that they're not used to, and then, bam, they're surprised. Oh, I didn't even know I could explain that travel call. You're a leader, bro. You just got to learn how to use your leadership qualities. And you putting them leaders in the roles, next thing you know, you got, like you said, now it's black-owned businesses back, and people giving people the opportunity to do what you did without being jealous or hating on somebody. Or whether we don't like saying hating or being jealous, whatever you want to call it, you just put people in those roles, and then it's surprising. I'm able to do it.
Look, just from the when you guys had me come speak with you guys 3 years ago. Just look how the brothers were then to where they are now. To now they're involved with you guys. Program, no buckets, no bullets. The peace walks, like I said, you guys was in. Like all that kind of stuff. To see those brothers from then to now and what they doing now. Some of them is now. Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to get in business on my own. Everybody should have their own business. To be honest with you, bro. Why not? If you're going through all this pain and suffering, or you don't want to give them to go to work for somebody else, you might as well go through all the pain and suffering. You broke right now anyway. You might as well be broke starting your own business, bro.
Straight up.
Real talk.
People don't. So many of us don't understand that your dreams don't lie in the comfort zone. They don't lie. And your healthiest relationships don't lie, and they're not going to be comfortable for you all the time. And this is why a lot of people don't like real partnerships. Especially a lot of organizations that's not doing the right thing. I've seen it. I've been they don't like having right partnerships because it's going to be real accountability.
They won't be held accountable.
You know, I recently was talking to an organization that I had a small contract with for 3 months, and I had to challenge them at the end of the day. I said, listen, if you're not creating people who are to be self-sustainable, you're part of the system. Like, you're part of the oppression. So you are a problem. Yeah, you creating people who got to keep coming back to you, keep coming back to you. That's the American damn way. Give them just enough so they got to keep coming back repetitively in this system. No, we're supposed to be creating people that can actually go out on their own and say, thank you for your service. Now I'm going to go help somebody else. That's what's supposed to be created. But if you look at a lot of the organizations and stuff that come to so quote unquote help our communities, they actually operate in this model where I want you to just keep coming back. You need me coming back. You need me. I need for you to need me. And that's a patriarchal American way. It's been set up like that systematically. It's been coordinated like that. And we have to break that. Like, that's what we're trying to do. We have to break that where we're empowering people and saying, man, here, I don't need no credit. I don't even need to never see you again. Just do good.
Go spread your wings, man.
Just do good. You know, but people don't like that because a lot of people don't invite that kind of thing because healthy relationships is going to be, they're not going to be comfortable.
Well, that's why, like we said earlier, before we started filming, that's why we look crazy. Because we're not doing the norm. We're not conforming to the norm. No, you're going to come, learn this knowledge, learn this gift, learn this craft. This is not your destination. You passing through here.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how many trainings and stuff I've been doing 22 years to get to where I am right now? 22 years doing it, 3 years in business. I had to go through some stuff to push me to the purpose.
Right.
Now it's my turn to push somebody else to go to fill the walk in their purpose. You guys doing it. We doing it. Kenny doing it. Now the program he's doing now, we're gonna have different camera views on the court. It don't stop with just Kenny. It don't stop with just me. It's other programs that we're building for the up and coming people, our neighborhood.
Everybody can eat.
Everybody can eat, but we want to control it for. It's based for our people, but ain't just for our people.
Of course.
It's for the people.
Yeah.
You know, like the diversity y'all had a child event last weekend.
Right.
Oh, I was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like diversity. Diversity we have in our business. The diversity when people travel, somebody ain't never been outside of Oakland, they're gonna travel to the Maine. Oh, we don't need blacks out here. But they treat you like a human being though.
Yes, indeed.
like a human being. They don't see this. They see, are you doing your job? They see, are you holding each other accountable? They see how you carry yourself when you walk inside the building. They see how when you pull up. They see how they are when they buying us and feeding us gourmet food. Do you respond, thank you, or you don't respond at all? I learned this a long time ago. People ain't gotta be nice to you. You don't have to do nothing. So when somebody do something for you, you should at least have a common courtesy and say thank you, or a head nod and let you know you appreciate that. You know what I mean?
If they're supposed to do it, bro.
Yeah, be grateful for it.
Thank you. You know, that's all. Be surprised how far a thank you goes, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, just being gracious, man, it goes so far, bro. It opens so many doors.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's not all about the money like people think, man. I tell people all the time.
We just had this exact conversation. I'm telling you, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but like people be surprised. Be like, you spent your own money on that? Like, yeah, man. I mean, so what does he mean? Like, so what? I was gonna spend it on something anyway. I was probably gonna be in the club popping bottles anyway.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be positive with it. I'm like, oh man, you can't go away. I mean, bro, we've been like this. We just had a different mindset on what to do. So all goes back into the support system, bro. You got some people that support you and always want to see you do the best. Your mind's always like different things. Start doing different stuff. I didn't even know I can do that. Like, just starting back with the peace walks. It was just an idea we had. And like, what's this idea? It was like, church, you gonna lead a peace walk? You was the same dude that was in the streets beating dudes up, you know.
But that's why I'm doing it.
Exactly.
What's your point? That's why I'm doing it, bro.
And now you see where I've grown. Like, you know what I mean?
Look at my maturity.
Exactly. And then going back to me talking to Wayne, like, bro, I don't even really want to let people know I was the one who came out with the idea.
Right.
Let's just let everybody else do it. And Wayne was like, bro, that's big. That's big. I got it from him, bro. I watched him. I was like,
But
bro.
you see, I still made him get out there in the front.
Right. But that's why I say he be trying to play this. I mean, like, I don't want people to know that I'm doing this because I don't want people to think that I'm doing it. So he was like, pretty much that's what people think, bro. We know what we want to do this for. Like, man, just do it.
Exactly.
And next thing you know, I'm all in the front. When I'm trying to encourage my dudes that's under me to be in the front, they like, man, you know what I'm saying? Wayne all about giving people a rope and see how far they can take the rope. Like, you gonna cut the rope and fall off of it and drop somewhere, or you gonna keep the rope going, and next thing you know, you got rope on top of rope on top of rope, and you just let it grow. It's like almost like building a garden. I mean, you started, now you got all dirt. Next year, you got flowers, you got tomatoes, you know what I'm saying? After that, you got squash and lettuce and all this. Bro, be surprised, bro.
You know what I like?
Put water in something to grow.
We're gonna wrap it about 5-10 minutes. I like that. Like Wayne said, everybody started with you. Not gonna win with you.
Yeah.
Me and Kenny had this conversation a long time ago. But to see the people that's here and the people that's still coming, and the ones that you least think gonna be the ones, be the ones.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna say no names. Just like, ooh, good. Like to myself, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what the board was like. They're like, yeah, man, they pretty good. That woman pretty good. Or that guy pretty good. All right, that guy got potential. Or that woman got potential. Yeah, y'all can have like relate conversations, bro. Like, ooh, that kind of stuff excites me, bro. You know what I mean? And when you get excited from seeing other people achieve, that's love.
That's love. That's real love.
That's love, bro.
That's real love.
And that don't cost you nothing.
Nothing at all.
Don't cost you nothing.
Bro, that's literally why me and Wayne work hard, bro.
Yeah.
Just little stuff, like, bro, I was trying to play with him, brother. Like, he preached. He don't really say a lot, but he preached on Sunday. And he like, yeah, bro, the service, tell everybody to start. I told everybody I knew. Man, Wayne preaching at 9. And I was like, man, yeah, you know, my nephew got a little thing at 8. Like, I wasn't going to show up. Come on, man. You know I'm going to be right there in the back. I ain't even going to acknowledge you until it's over. I'm just going to sit in the back. He gonna see me, but you know what I'm saying? It's just big. Like,
Funny part now, though, our friendship is so spoiled. I knew he was gonna be there. I still knew he was gonna be there. Like, you trying to play me? I know you now. You could pull that on me. I already know him. He gonna be there. So I was like, he'll be there. I ain't worried. But it's huge to have that support and, you know, brothers that can hold you accountable and
people who only genuinely want to see you win, bro. I remember I sent Wayne a text. Just not even the boss about it. Just send him a text like, bro, I'm proud of you.
we do that.
Bro, you look, bro. What you mean, bro? I mean, and he, like, just randomly, out of nowhere, I just be chilling with the wife. Like, bro, I'm proud of you. Like, for what, man? This is what we always do. Like, I mean, but it's big, bro. And then you sit back and you're like, man, it's big. Next thing you know, you got that big boost with your chest out. Yeah, man.
Come with the right moment.
Do my thing, buddy. Do my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's big. Just little stuff like that, man. Just to know that you got genuine people in your world, bro. It's big.
It's all about that positive energy, that positive
energy,
influence.
Man, for real, that energy, man. And that's what I even tell people. Like, I've been trying to teach people a little bit, a lot more about not just worrying about the good people you, but pay attention to the negative energy you got in your space, man.
That's even bigger than the positive.
Man, because there's so much more of that, but like, I'm tapped in with energy, so when it enters the space, I'm like, ooh, whatever. I mean, you can feel it, and you can't, that stuff will keep you down, man. That stuff will keep you out. It'll be negative. Like when you're trying to, especially if you're a visionary and you're trying to achieve certain things, that energy gonna always be like, you can't do it. Don't try that. That ain't gonna work. You know, and you gotta look at that, and I ain't gonna lie, I look at that like, oh, that voice told me exactly this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Them people that's close to you that, you know, that say that and won't believe it, but them to be the same people that come along at the end, you know, and
at the end, bro.
you know, or in the middle or wherever when you start doing well, but you know, and even then, you got certain people you can still be graceful enough to be like, you know what, I know you didn't believe in me, but come on, I'm still gonna have that's real love, like he said, you know. But one thing all of y'all have talked about is people just have to understand that this is not the fast thing. It's none of this is. This man told me he's been doing this 22 years. See, people see, you know, Tailor made, they just, oh, Tailor man, it's 22 years invested, though. You know what I'm saying? Into this kind of stuff.
People don't know, bro. Remember that organization you was with was holding you back.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
As soon as you told me, I was like, bro, it's going to be big. I always told him, you're going to be big, bro. Like, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Whenever you need me, bro, I'm going to be there, bro.
Hope y'all tell me that.
Always, bro.
That's real talk. I knew it from the jump. But you got to, you know, I just invest in yourself. Invest in your vision. You know, I'm a big, I ride in a car with positive messages on. Like, just because I'm trying to educate, this is my education. I will ride listening to Les Brown. You know what I'm saying?
People know his story, bro.
Man, I literally, if I pull my phone out and pull YouTube up, he'd probably be the first person on, because just feed myself positivity. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I remember years ago, I was like, when I start talking like this? Like I'm a damn scholar or something. What the hell? Because I've been feeding myself this stuff, and what's in you gonna come out of you. You know, no schooling. Matter of fact, 3 years ago for the first time, I went and went to Alameda and went to just one psychology class and a sociology class. And the psych teacher, Asian sister, ended up having me teach the class one time.
Shocking.
Bro, pulled up on me in the parking lot. I remember like yesterday. Because I'm scared of school. Like, education and books and that's my kryptonite, feel like. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It feel like I'm starting to get to a stage where I'm realizing that I'm going to have to do some online stuff. Or I actually been doing some of that. Because I feel like that's next level stuff. But, man, I was spooked. And I went to this class, and what would happen, y'all, is she would say certain things in the psych terms, and I would be like, so Miss Moon, you mean this? And all the kids, the younger kids, be like, oh, we get it. I would damn near do this translation thing, not even know. So she pulls up in me, Mr. Clark. This is what she said to me. She said, I don't know. You know what? I do know what you have going on. You have something special going on that's very spiritual. She said, I just wanted to ask you, can you teach my class one time? Anything you want to teach about psychology. Anything. Like, you could be creative as you want to be. But I just start crying in the parking lot. I'm like, I'm going to teach a college class? Bro. And then I taught on the psychology of music. And how impactful it is. It was this YouTube video that this man who had been in one of them convalescent homes for like 10 years and like unresponsive in his chair like this. And they did this test on him and put headphones on him, asked his daughter who come visiting what kind of music did he use to. And they was doing a test. And she said old school gospel music. And like a week after leaving that on him for 4 hours every day, he lifted his head up. Then like 3 weeks in, he started moving. And like 2 months, he started mumbling. Like 3 months, he started singing the damn songs and talking to people. Damn, music is powerful, bro. It hit your neurons. It do all kind of stuff. We know. You can hear him write songs and start crying. Yeah. That's how powerful that stuff is powerful. So that's what I talk about. And she just was like, you're special, you know. But these are the things because I chose to position myself and condition myself by what I'm feeding myself intentionally. And I don't think a lot of our community understand, like, what we feed ourselves is garbage. Like music and YouTube and social media. I'm like, man. So we have to just, and you only can do that. Like, you know, I was happy I hit this dude a couple of days ago and was like, hey, I'm going to take this life coaching course online. He was like, I want to take it. You know how big that was to me? That's huge, bro. That's huge. Like he like, I want to take it too. Send it to me.
Yeah.
That's the ripple effect that we need to be creating right there, you know? So for me, that's the key to this whole thing is, man, continuing to create by example and be intentional about your partnerships, man, and holding each other accountable. But be selective. Be selective.
Hey, you know what's crazy before we even finish up? Is when I said that to him, the first person that probably, that's why I said it. That's why I just let y'all talk about it. But when y'all said it, like building our women up, bro, I tell you right now, bro, like he mentioned it, like, bro, without my wife, like, bro, my rock, I don't brag about it, bro. But I know you right now, bro. Without her, it wouldn't be none of this right here, bro. I would be completely a lost soul, bro. And say it like that, bro. But I love my wife so much, bro. Just when he said it, I was like, damn, man, the wife was really saying, like, you should start doing stuff. As soon as he said it, I was like, thought her voice, like, oh, yeah, man, let me do that too, bro. Like, that's crazy. We just sitting there, bro. Matter of fact, it was my birthday. It was my birthday. Like, I'm just, bro. Like, yeah, I want to do that too, bro. Like, I need to do that too. As a matter of fact, he was calling me to wish me happy birthday, bro. Just threw it up. Like, yeah, nah, let's start talking about that. Let's start talking about that like that you're doing. He started explaining to me. I was like, yeah, I want to do that too. Matter of fact, he was like, yeah, I'm going to send you my link. And then he thought about it, like, nah. Yeah, let me send it to you so we both can get certified. Like, yeah, that's big, bro. It's big, bro. It's a ripple effect.
On the birthday thing, thank you guys for wishing me happy birthday too. Thanks everybody for wishing me happy birthday. You guys know my story. Just to come out, go in prison uneducated. You know, people don't even know what this ring is. I got this ring from my high school diploma in prison. You know, people don't understand that. And to come out of prison and get this, the town showed me love. Haters and all that, that's everywhere. The town showed me love. The universe shows me love. Yeah. When there's people like y'all that know me and they say happy birthday, and that's helpful. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, I ain't forgot about everybody, but I've been doing stuff my whole month or whatever. You know what I mean? But no social media. Like I shut it down, man, for my peace sake and all that. You know, when I called church, when I was calling you guys to make sure we gonna do the show, like, church, thanks, man. I just been partying, man, celebrating my peace. Like, oh, it's all good, big bro. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday. It's a little thing, man.
It goes a long way. It goes a long way.
From the right people, huge.
And I say, this is gonna piggyback as far as business. It's crazy how people you meet through social media you never met before. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. People you see every day, bro. But you love me though. But when I see you, your action ain't showing you love me either, bro.
Exactly.
I ain't gotta see you every day to show your love, but when I do see you, show me some type of love. If it's real, if it's genuine, that's the key word. You know what I mean? So
that's how you know, bro.
Yeah,
That's how you know.
yeah. So man, you guys talk about the tournament this weekend again, man, and Church talk about the tournament, and Wayne talk about what you're building over there in the new company. Will end it like that.
Yeah. Well, again, the tournament it's called the Battle for the City. It's pretty much a tournament for the whole city of Oakland. We started off with just Oakland. We're looking forward to building it. Pretty much we're going to be having a battle for the day. Where the winner of Oakland pretty much play the winner of Frisco or Vallejo or whatever. But this weekend we have our first annual Battle for the City. Northwest, East Oakland. We're going to come out. We're going to put teams together. Battle it out. See who can hold this first crown for the town. It starts Saturday 10:30. Saturday 10:30 at Popular Recreation Center, Willie Keys. Saturday 10:30. We want everybody to come out and support it. Bring positive energy only. We only want the positive energy. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself outside looking through the window. You know what I mean? We ain't having it. Positive energy only. Just pretty much come out this Saturday, 10:30. Saturday and Sunday. But it starts Saturday 10:30. First annual tournament, Battle for the City.
Yeah, good stuff. And segue into what we're doing, so we really just have this vision of creating healthy communities, man. Building community like we supposed to be. And what that looks like to me is attacking the whole challenge of building a community holistically. We need to tap into the sisters, we need to tap into the brothers, we need to tap into the kids. And I see a lot of organizations that are only concentrating on one. I don't want us to be that organization. Majority of the people I'm telling this vision don't believe in it because they believe it's too much just to tackle one. I love hearing that. Everything everybody's ever told me I couldn't do is exactly what I did.
Motivation.
So I understand that there has to be, like you said, a person assigned to do it. Like I call it a divine assignment. Yeah, you didn't do it because it wasn't for you. Yeah, you only did it. But for me and my people, this is what we can do. So we just really looking for partnerships. Oakland Impact Center officially takes over. But I just want to shout out Oakland Leadership Center, Nate Milheim, Andrew Milheim, for, man, even 4 years ago or whenever it was that this thing was founded, their vision was birthed. God gave them a vision so that this day could even be possible. And I'm very clear about that. So there is no disconnect. Like, it's a shift, it's a healthy shift. We still in partnership. Super happy about Nate is leading his basketball team, man, and doing great work with that. But we definitely finna push into this, and we really want to use technology and arts like music and dance and any kind of art, creative sewing. I want to create spaces where our people can really be artistic, because we really are. So really just Oakland Impact Center is looking for partnerships, but we really just want to tap into the family holistically. That's the vision. We're still working on. I'm even looking for people to just sit down and talk about what that might look like. So because we even open to that. We don't got it all.
Right.
So we even looking forward to that. But that's where we're going with it, and that's what you will see.
Oh, yeah. In the near future, shameless plug. We got some feeds coming up for our less fortunate families. You know what I mean? We're going to be doing that. We got our Peace Walks coming up. More free trainings, more tournaments, more rocking with Tailor made. Before we cut, on behalf of me and Wayne, OLC, and Oakland, thank you, bro.
Thank you, guys.
Just for being genuine, for doing you,
Definitely.
rocking the city out, period. Bro. Just keep doing your thing, bro. We definitely appreciate you, bro.
And I want to thank you too, young man, because you've been faithful. We've been seeing your face. You've been growing, and it's people like you that we love.
What do you say, young smooth, smooth, huh?
Yeah, man, and we definitely gonna work with that technology. Like, this was supposed to happen, so that we gonna continue to talk about that whole media piece. Because I even want to use the center for that, like start having podcasts and stuff. Like, we got a lot of space over here. That's how you you manipulate the system and that narrative. So appreciate you, brother, because we've been seeing your faithfulness, and it's hard to get faithful, real good people. So we appreciate you too.
So with that said, before we close out, I put a keyword up there, Willie Keys. So the first person who watched the video, you gotta watch the whole video to find just one nugget. But if you comment Willie Keys, first comment, you'll get a nice prize from your boy Mr. Smooth. But you gotta watch the whole video to find it. So rewind this video, because there's always more to find. So with that said, we're gonna close out. Me, Mr. Smooth, Will, Church, Wayne, Tailor Made Officials. Peace.